If it don't stop my cash flow, then it really ain't my business, yeah. Let's pose for this picture, ain't no filters on this money. Stack it up, no 2050s, rubber band my hundreds.
Welcome to another episode of the Jukebox podcast where music is king. I'm your lovely host, Lil Ty.
And your co-host, 7 Straight Terrence.
And we're going to get straight into it. Since we last spoke, there's been a big announcement in hip-hop. The Godfather, the uncle to everybody. He's welcome to everybody's cookout. We all know him. Snoop Dogg. What did he just do, bro? What Snoop Dogg just do?
He now owns the rights to the legendary hip-hop record label, DeathRow Records. So, Snoop D-O-double-G is back on Death Row. And he actually dropped a new album with...
So, I didn't get all the way into the album. I got into like a couple songs on the album that I wanted, that just stuck out to me. But I still have to tap into that. So, I really don't have an opinion or a take on that quite yet. But I do have a take on just the overall Snoop Dogg owning Death Row Records now. And it's actually interesting. Well, not interesting to the sense of like I didn't expect it to happen. But it's just... the timing of it seems like this is the right time for this. I feel like Death Row Records, it's been like enough time for all of that, the negative connotation that it kind of holds, you know, is kind of in the wind now. And I feel like we're at that point to where he could revamp it. What you think?
I agree with you about him being able to revamp it because it's the perfect person. I mean, he basically was Death Row at a point in time.
Yeah.
And now, you know, how he was able to move through his career, like he really moves with like love and peace. So he's able to, you know, bring back the goodness out of it. And
I really think this is going to be cool from the perspective. I think just the name itself, a lot of young artists is going to want to be a part of Death Row Records. Yeah. I mean, of course, Snoop, young artists and the youth love Snoop Dogg from even Little League football and rap, all of that. So the youth love Snoop Dogg, but also I just think the name Death Row Records, what it kind of held, the what it meant back in the day. I think a lot of young rappers is going to kind of lean towards that, and you feel me, and kind of that's what they want to do. So I'm interested in seeing the new artist that he get and what he does with it. So you think like. How do you think he's gonna move about the Death Row Records?
I don't know, because it might not even be him trying to sign new artists. It could be just... Well, actually, in the interview, he did say that. But, like, you know, just he could have just be trying to manage the catalog that they got better. Like, you might feel like whoever had it before wasn't working.
Like, getting it more in, like, movies and commercials and stuff like that.
There's plenty of
That's
angles.
what I was wondering, though. So, my thing was, does he just own the name Death Row Records, or does he own the catalog that comes with it? Because then we're getting into two different conversations. So, that's one thing that hasn't been put out yet all the way, so we're not quite sure on what he could do with Death Row Records, if he does own all of that old music. Because if he does own that catalog, man, but I don't know. What you think?
I feel like it's impressive because it kind of happened quick from when he
first said it and spoke about it, yeah. And how Waller, I remember that wasn't $1 million for game? Mm-hmm. And they was talking about that, so I was actually surprised too on how quick it was. My one beef is the chain, or not the chain, but the logo that's out right now that he seems to be rolling with.
Because the chain's hard.
Yeah, the chain is crazy. It reminds me of like some type of trophy joint. The chain is crazy. So according to like TMZ and other outlets, you know, we get a word of how Suge Knight feels about it in the situation, and a lot of people, they was just saying that a lot of people was kind of surprised that Snoop Dogg did this move just because of their beef, and they didn't really think that Suge Knight would be all for it. But I mean, Suge Knight said he said, "I'm happy just like everyone else," he says in the clip. And he said he kind of knew beforehand that this was going to happen. So he says, "It's a silent victory. I spoke to all of the executives myself and pitched the idea of merchandising for rebranding. Now to see it fall into Snoop's hands, I'm just happy it's coming back to the West Coast. Hopefully we can start winning." So though, yes, I agree. Like, it is nice to see it coming back to the West Coast because there was people who owned it that ain't had nothing to do with it. You know,
The toy company owned it.
Yeah, that's what I seen. I'm like, am I reading this right? Like Hasbro, right?
Yeah,
Owned it. I'm like, am I reading this right? I don't know if this is 100%.
Girl's gonna put out a Toy Story DeathRow collab.
Who was gonna be the star?
Woody and Tupac.
Woody and Pac.
Buzz and Suge Knight.
Buzz and Suge, everything Buzz and Suge. Hey, but that's what's up. Shout out to Snoop Dogg for the major move.
Shout out Uncle Fuck with us.
All right, moving on to new music and hip hop.
Bussin.
It's the song you've been waiting on. You said last week when we talked, this man said he was more interested in the BUSSIN song than he was, the actual Do We Have a Problem song.
So, hindsight is 2020.
Mm-hmm.
Do We Have a Problem is the better record. It's all around. Do We Have a Problem is award worthy. But Bussin', bro, just imagine that in a club. The lights, everything going on, sparklers. It's
Bottle
bussin'.
girls coming down.
It's bussin'. Bussin' is for the club. And
Is it for your car?
No, it's not for your car.
So what is the better song?
Do We Have a Problem?
Do We Have a Problem? I like Bustin' too. It was a fun record, and like you said, it's a club in the strip club record. I don't think the replay is there for me. I don't think it's there for most people. I think that's just a song that
I feel like it was kind of like a throwaway problem.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like. And I mean, and it's actually a nice little add-on to what Do We Have a Problem is. In her whole welcoming back Nicki to the game. So I appreciate it in that sense, to give us like two different, styles of Nicki and her welcoming back. So I did like it in that sense. And shout out to Lil Baby. He's still killing the game. And I think Lil Baby is now that new guy who he's now that new. He's him. Like, he's him now. City of Gods. What do you think? I seen you sent me that meme.
Yeah.
You think it's a Empire State of Mind?
That's when you
upgraded.
Yeah. Part 2.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it has the annoying factor of Empire State of Mind?
No, because it got that drill sound. Like, they was able to.
That's what Empire State of Mind should have been.
Yeah.
That's what I think when I hear that. Because I did remind me of Empire State of Mind. But I'm like, this is what
it should have been.
Yeah.
A mesh of two worlds.
I like
Empire State of Mind was just Alicia Keys screaming New York for 4 minutes.
For 4 minutes. And yeah, that gets tiring after a while. But her chorus on here was like, it was perfect. It was perfect. Her vocals on there, it was beautiful. And it was nice to actually see Alicia Keys. I know she just dropped a project, but also she's featuring on not younger acts, but more. He's not a younger act because we just talk about this. Fabio act like
he's a newer act.
Yeah,
he is not a younger act.
There we go, a newer act. So I did like to see that. And Kanye's verse on there was man. And I wonder if because I know I seen
guest verse of the year.
I know I seen it said Kanye is executive producing Fabio's debut album. I was wondering if he produced this album or this project specifically right here. Because I did like what I heard production-wise on the meshing of the two worlds of, giving me that New York drill, but also giving me that...
Some class.
Yeah. So I was wondering if that was the work of Ye, whoever it was, that was a masterpiece. And if that's what Fabio's album is going to sound like, I'm looking forward to it.
Give me some of that. I'm looking forward. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm not the biggest Fabio fan, so for me to let's say I like a Fabio record, it's saying something. I'm not the biggest fan. Worst Day, you sent this to me.
Worst Day go crazy.
Was that your favorite drop this past Friday?
Yes. Valentine's Day, the worst day. Got too many to please. That's on hard.
Sounds like you felt that on a different level.
I might have. What he said, I'm not trying to lie to you. I don't want to explain. He swears I'm asking questions. Because you're forcing me.
Isn't it a lie?
Yeah. I don't want to explain. I don't want to elaborate.
I said what I said. Leave it at that.
Yeah.
I like the song. And it's real. It's a future song. It's moments.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's a Future song. It's funny. Yesterday, right around my little niece, we kind of had a Future moment. Yeah, shit. We played this, then played Used to This, then we circled back with relationships. Then what did I play after that? Me or something. That Me or something go crazy.
Me or something go crazy. So you're getting all type of different vibes and moods from Future. Yeah, I like that actually, that perspective. I didn't watch the video yet. I gotta watch the video. People said the video was really it would make me like the song even more. I already like the song. I think it's a hit. And I don't think I'll listen to it just during the season.
Yeah, it is a hit.
I think that's actually a hit. It aged really well. I mean, it's going to age really well, rather. So we got also Real Ones, Mozzie and Roddy Ricch. Mozzie signed to CMG, so we gonna start there. What you think about that?
I was
you
not
like
expecting
Mozzie?
that.
You wasn't expecting it?
No, like
me neither.
It was like random news. Like you just woke up and was like, Mozzie.
But it's also, I think it's smart because
it is smart.
He just dropped. We all said last time we was talking and how Gotti and his tricks and all with the whole CMG thing. I feel like this is a good move. Like everything I'm gonna say, I said it last week. I'm gonna say it again. Everything Gotti's doing around this album is perfect. The rollout is perfect. The music itself, the production, the artists he selected, little tricks that he's playing is perfect. The merch is perfect. Everything about it, to the freestyle, everything about it, he nailed it on the head. And just when you thought it was like the end of what he was doing around the album, he comes and dropped news like, yeah, I just signed Mozzie. Yeah. And it's even better because the whole album was talking about, I'm trying to take gangsters, I'm making them millionaires. He said, I ain't on what you on. He said, I ain't on that shit that y'all think I'm on, or some shit like that. He was saying like, yo, I'm into making my niggas execs, taking niggas from the trap and making them execs. I'm on and showing niggas how to make 60 to 100 mil. That's the type of shit I'm on right now. And seeing that he signed Mozzie to CMG, I didn't. It's different from.
I feel like just because like Mozzie's sound is so different from.
But what he says in content isn't. It fits perfectly within the brand of CMG.
Like the type of principles he stands on, everything. It's a good look. I feel like nobody saw it coming, but I see nothing but good things going to come out of this.
Did you listen to the jam?
Yes.
What you think?
I like it.
Is this a chance that Roddy redeemed himself a little bit with this?
I feel like Roddy didn't redeem himself because Roddy don't have nothing to redeem himself from. Niggas just need to stop being so critical.
Yeah, real critical. And they expect you to like, I mean, in this game though, it's like you're only as good as your last work. Yeah. And I hate that shit though. Especially with music.
It's just like, people be critical. It's like, who are you?
Exactly.
It's like the nigga at the park talking shit on the niggas hooping.
Am I like sitting there just watching him getting in the mix?
Yeah.
He ain't even getting picked up.
He not even trying.
He ain't getting picked up.
He just came to talk shit.
Came to sit there and talk shit. I don't get it neither. I mean, I don't think, I agree with you on that sense. Like, Roddy ain't have to redeem himself at all.
Well, you gotta think, bro, like, how long it takes to cut an album. Niggas work on albums for at least half a year. Yeah. And we listen to it. It come out at midnight, but generally albums like 40 minutes nowadays. So shit, by 12:45,
all right. So
niggas is on Twitter saying, "Oh, this is trash."
Yeah, I was about to say, is this midnight release thing fucking up music?
I feel like it kind of is, low key.
Explain.
I say that from personal experiences.
All right.
I remember, back in the day when the FCR POP beef was going on, Diss Records. So, you know how they used to make us wait all day. It's going to drop at 9 p.m. Next thing you know, it's after 12 and it's just now releasing. And you got to think we young niggas, so it's a school night. We risking it all.
Risking it all.
Bro, the first time, plenty of those songs, the first listen, it was like, okay, it was cool. But I'm half sleep for real.
Yeah.
That's how it was with BS4. You know, that's like
one of the greatest.
Yeah. I heard it that night. I'm like, I was like, damn, waited for this. Then next morning on the bus, I'm like, this was worth the wait. So I just feel like people who they just let that first listen, they just run with it. And it's like, bro,
can you really give a real opinion on a project in one listen? No. That's my thing. Like, They drop at 12. Like you said, drop at 12 o'clock, and at 12:45, people were saying this is trash, bro. It just dropped 45 minutes ago. So I mean, yeah, granted, you probably did listen to it one take, but bro, it's 12 o'clock at night. You probably had a long day.
Some songs you probably didn't even hear for real. Like,
It's a Friday night. You might have been just coming back from a club or something when you listened to it or some shit. Ain't no telling when you really got to it.
It's like the Hove bar. Do you fools listen to music or do you just skim through it?
Skim, bro, and that's what I think we're at the point is whatever sounds the best, that's what whatever catches their attention first. And you know what I mean? And if there's nothing that catch your attention or no record that you be like is like, oh yeah, then of course it's going to be trash.
That's like, there's new projects that came out that I listened to that I fuck with, but they kind of got out of my playing rotation. But it's like, okay, like constantly, I'm like, all right, I want to go back and listen to that Corday album again. All right, I want to listen to Baby shit again.
See, so what helped me with that is because music drops so fast, and that's been my problem as well. Music drops so fast to the point where it's like something new dropped, then I kind of just push a lot of shit to the back, or not even I don't, but my library naturally does, and I no longer see it, so I forget about it. And I don't like that feature. I like for me to be able to keep scrolling until I see all my albums on recently added or whatever. I don't like how to. That's my beef with that shit. But anyways.